Hi people, how's it going? Bloody cold here today. I'm going to do the best I can for this video and inform New Zealand of what I believe is going on. The Treaty Principles Bill was defeated in Parliament last week, and 90% of people who put in submissions, which was over 300,000 I believe, 90% voted it down. What is the Treaty Principles Bill that was put forward by David Seymour and the ACT Party? Well, they believe that everyone in New Zealand should be treated equally, regardless of their colour of the skin or the blood that runs through their veins, in this case in New Zealand, Maori. So 90% voted in favour that Maori should have preferential treatment for everything. There you go. Do you believe that, people? Do you really, really, really believe that? I don't. I think we've been scammed. We've been had big time. Now, the people who didn't want this to happen in the first place, this select committee for this Treaty Principles Bill, were the radical extremists, and they are all radical extremists that are in Parliament, the Maori Party, mostly the Maori Party, and the Greens, and the Labour Party. They didn't even want to have it, because they said it was the tyranny of the majority, and they were facing certain defeat. So, all the counts were in, and they won by 90%. Now, from what's come out now recently, people who follow Hobson's pledge put in well over 20,000 submissions, and those 20,000 plus submissions were put in one bucket and counted as one single submission. One single submission. 20 odd thousand. The ACT Party, David Seymour's party, collected thousands of submissions too. And they were put in a bucket. And they were counted also as one single submission. Can you see the scam here, people? The Maori activists and the far leftists in New Zealand, they got all their relatives, all their families, all their children to sign submissions, and they put them all in and counted every single one of them. We in New Zealand have been scammed. These are the same people that were terrified of the tyranny of the majority. But the funny thing is, these people are adamant of not making it a referendum. They've just won by 90%. Why wouldn't they have a referendum? If you're that confident, have a referendum. You've just won by 90%. But no, well, we don't need a referendum, no. That's the only way it's going to be sorted. We need a referendum in New Zealand because most Kiwis are sick to death of what's happening in this country. Sick to death of it. The empty suit, the empty vessel, the spineless jellyfish we've got as a Prime Minister. I believe he had a hand in scuttling what happened last week, because he said he was going to scuttle it. Words to that effect. Doesn't believe in it. He wants Maori to have preferential treatment. He believes, like Chris Hipkins, the treaty was a partnership. It's not a partnership. And they should have, Maori, they should have co-governance. Co-governance. Now, there's not one single Maori in this country that's got over 50% Maori blood. All of them, every single one is mostly European. And most of those Maori radical extremists in Parliament are just grifters who are making an absolute fortune. A fortune out of just grifting this country and the taxpayers of this country. And it will never end unless the people of this country are going to stand up and say no more. No more. You're not getting anything more. But that takes guts, people. It takes guts. People slag me off all the time for saying what I say and saying it in my accent. I've been here for 23 years. I've got 3 children here and I've got grandchildren here. I don't want my children or grandchildren to be second and third class citizens in this country. I didn't bring them here for that. And I'm sure most white Kiwis don't want that either. I implore you Kiwis that look like me, who have not got any Maori blood run through your veins, and even Maori too, to stand up and be counted and say no. This can't go on, because this is going to cause such division. They say people like me are causing division. No, it's not. It is people like Willie Jackson and JT and Raweri YTT and Debbie Packer and them lunatic freak show of the Greens Party. They're lunatics, these people. Can you imagine them people run this country? It would be a shit show. It really would. They're insane. They would fleece this country dry. Do you want to hand this country over to them? Really? They will end democracy on the first day. And me saying this, what I'm saying on here, I will be arrested and put in prison for life. Is that what you want? Do you want to end freedom of speech? Democracy is free speech. And free speech is democracy. These people will end it. If they get anywhere near power, if they take the reins of power of this country, it's over. It's over. It really will turn into the Zimbabwe of the South Pacific. And there will be a mass exodus of this people, of this country, that people are trying to get out. And I'll tell you what, if you get out too late, the Maori Party, our overlords, our new overlords, they're going to say, yeah, you can leave if you want, but you're only going to leave with a shirt on your back. You will leave all your wealth here. That is what will happen, people. Okay, I think I've said enough. This is Cross the Rubicon. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Please, 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 please give me an uptick. And please, 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 please again, share this video everywhere. Okay, see you later.